right, guys, continuing on with this GTR that we've got our Zona Reds on. We're getting closer. We've installed the Rampage 3.5-inch titanium intakes on this bad boy. Really, really beautiful set of titanium pipes. A bit of a tight fit, of course, but they fit really well nonetheless. So we've got that. We've got the couplers that we needed. We had a special order of those, not a big deal. And we ended up getting new couplers for the throttle bodies to match the existing titanium charge pipes. We'll throw on that Visconti fuel pump wiring kit. It's already got the Visconti twin pump that we recently just installed, running the twin Walbro 520 Hellcat pumps. And once we do that, this bad boy is gonna go on the dyno, and we'll see what we can squeeze out of this bad boy. Should be really easy to do, about 900 wheel. That's probably what we'll leave it at as the most aggressive setting on E85. Again, because it's a stock engine and that's definitely pushing it. But the biggest thing is the torque. So be very mindful of the torque. But yeah, getting really close. Our Koyo rad's in, HKS transcooler. One cool thing with that HKS transcooler is that we are able to keep a little bit of windshield wiper fluid with this little tank that they supply. So you just pop off the factory motor off this bad boy and put it on, and you've got yourself having windshield wipers again, the nozzles, so you can get the cleaner on there. So yeah, carbon ceramic brakes are on. Just got to tidy up a few little things with the fluids, and hopefully we'll get this bad boy running today. All right, we're all wrapped up finally. We just got it off the dyno. It's about to go back on the rack so we can put the front portion of the front drive shaft in. We always dyno these, of course, in rear wheel drive, and that's by removing the front half of the front drive shaft. But did really, really well. Considering, again, this is a stock motor, this thing has all the breather mods. So it's got the really big ETS intercooler. It has the larger intercooler piping, 3.5-inch intakes. This thing moves there really, really well. So the tough part about it was, since we're on a stock trans stock engine, is getting that torque to play nice. And what I mean is we don't want to go crazy. We want to try and keep it under 650 foot-pounds of torque to the tire. That proved to be challenging with how well this thing does. So even trying to move the boost curve up at higher engine speeds, it still was bringing that torque up really high. So we just finished shy of about 900 wheels. So we've hit about 894 to the tire. Torque is a little on the high side, but if we lower the boost just a tiny bit, it's gonna have to be a compromise with this combination. We'll be right there at the 650. So we got as high as almost 28 pounds of boost to get to this, you know, the 894 wheel. You know, we lower the boost down, another 2 pounds of boost. We are able to get it just under 650 foot-pounds of torque, which is the goal. Again, the key is reliability as best as we can and longevity. So that's the key. So this thing would be an absolute beast with built motor and a built trans, and we could really send it. So these Zona Reds can produce a lot of power. So maybe, who knows, in the next couple of years, we'll get to do a built motor and built trans in this bad boy and get to see what it really can do. But for now, plenty of power, lots of power, and time to go enjoy it. Guys, check out this really cool 2011 G37. It's crazy to think that these things are now 12 years old, at least this one is, right? This is kind of a special edition. It has that purple tone, always a fan of the purple. Hard to see it, but in the daylight with it clean, you get that purple undertones. Really badass. The interior is red. Really, really cool car. I'm in for a calibration, really basic setup. Gen 3 intakes from Stillen, our catback exhaust, that's it. And using Ecutech, we've been able to significantly improve the mid-range on this bad boy. So we're talking almost 40 foot-pounds of torque and wheel horsepower in the mids. So between about 4,500 and 65 is our big chunk of gains. And we've been able to increase the peak power by 15 wheel. So really fantastic little setup. This thing's gonna get a little bit more pep in its step, especially right there in the mid-range. You'll definitely feel that. So, you know, when you're talking about 5-10 horsepower, you may or may not feel this, but this is gonna be a substantial difference. So really cool, well taken care of car. I love to see these come in like this. Interior's in great shape. You can tell the owners really loves the car. I dig it. This would be one that I'd like to pick up. You know, not that I need more cars, but it would be cool to have a G37 like this, special edition with the purple and that red interior. So. All right, she's not much to look at, but just picture this. Fresh paint, restore those Nismo wheels. It'll look really, really nice. New front bumper. But anyways, here is our subject with those really bad turbos. We've done a lot of cleanup work in the last year on this thing. 2 separate times this vehicle has been to us now, and got it on the dyno. We had the pleasure of cleaning up a lot of that stuff. Then we put brand new wiring harness in it, left the motor intact. We did replace the turbos again by doing it from the bottom, leaving the cross member in place. We did take the opportunity to put some Nismo 740 injectors, my favorite side feeds, and did a 120K. This was, you know, part of the first service. And after we did all that, we found out that there was no boost. But here we are. We're only making about 7 pounds of boost on these 530s, nothing crazy. Definitely by adding that boost controller, we'll be able to probably bring this bad boy up. Figure maybe what, 10, 15 horsepower for every pound of boost. So if we bring it up another 6 or 7, we'll probably make another 70 wheel, if not more. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised with as much as it's made at 7 pounds of boost. So let's take a quick look. This just has our standard off-the-shelf 740 single pop bass tune in it. And we've got 320 wheel and just about the same torque. So really, really good. And it's only 7 pounds of boost at 4,100. And it slightly tapers down. It drops down to about 6 pounds of boost or so at the top. And yeah, air fuels are bitching. It's not often we get excited about 320 wheel, but when you had no boost, this is pretty good.